November 13th, a resolution was tabled to, I think there was a recommendation by the Supreme, Mr. Falta to hire Sandra Fair. And I offered this to the office of the board, and this was voted, even though that she was recommended, she has all the qualifications to hold the position. This board decided to no vote for her. And I'd like to understand that. Because as I'm reading the resolution that I offered, and all the qualification is there, she was interviewed by Mr. Falta. But in cross-section, or in front of the public, it was decided that it was better that she's not hired. Now, why is the reason that happened? And I'd like to see if Mr. Acosta could answer that. Yeah, to the president, I'd like that to ask if Mr. Acosta could answer that question.
Allow the board president to familiarize yourself.
No, you can ask Mr. Acosta if you want to answer.
If you want, I can repeat the question again. President, as a member of the public, I'm asking, there was a person that submitted a resume. I was interviewed, that person had all the qualifications, but this board decided not to vote for her to accept her employment. It was resolution, I offered, because this was something decided,
That was the last meeting?
in this November 30th.
I can't remember, so, but can you remember that, Paul?
Do you have the name of
The name is Sandra Fell, one-to-one professional out of district, and an annual salary of $30,496,000, prorated step 1 plus. She was voted no by this board.
I can remember going back to that, I do apologize for
I
that.
don't know if you were present, Mrs. Reyes.
I wasn't present?
I don't remember that you were present.
If I may, what I would like to do
Yeah.
is if the board can provide you with a response to that.
Oh, I have what the board gave me.
If one of the board members wants to answer, they can. If they don't answer, then, that's their free offer. If they don't want to answer the free offer, then, not apply.
I mean, I'll happily.
Yeah, that's the board president.
I want to understand how a candidate that is recommended by Mr. Falta, because he's recommended, I see the ordinance here that was voted down. He has all the qualifications because he recommended it, he was interviewed. But it was decided by this board that we don't want to hire him. So if you can answer this question, then why are the members of this board doing it? There has to be a reason why you voted no for it. She has the qualifications, why you didn't vote to hire her? There has to be a reason.
Recommended by the.
So if the silence means that was this, and let me answer the next questions, was the reason political? She wasn't hired for political reasons? So your silence will mean that I'm right in what I'm saying?
No, I think if I may, freeholder,
And please, don't call me Montana, call me as a citizen, not an elected official, so you can call me Mr. Munoz. Don't call me
Mr. Munoz, if I may, I think what's necessary, if you'd like, is the board members to become familiar with this particular instance. Because I don't think that they're prepared and can recall specifically this particular position and why it was or was not filled, or why the recommendation of the superintendent was not followed. I, quite frankly, don't have a clear recollection as to why the members decided or did not decide to follow the superintendent's recommendation in this instance.
To the president, can I ask trustee Acosta whether he knows this person personally? Do you know Sandra, Mr. Acosta?
I know the member.
You don't know. You sure?
I know the member.
So basically, there's no answer. There's someone that was qualified to be hired, recommended by Mr. Falta, and this board decided to go and no because you guys didn't like it, and then you guys have not even given an answer to the public now. I would like get an answer in a
What was,
letter.
if you would, sir, what was the position for?
The position is,
It was a one-to-one paraprofessional.
It was a one-to-one paragraph.
Sandra Feld, one-to-one paraprofessional, out of district, an annual salary of $30,496. That's what the resolution says. Prorated, step one, $80,396, plus $10,500 BAs, plus $1,600 out of district estimate, effective November 16, 2015 through June 30, 2014 through Fund 15. This was resolution there were two resolutions to be voted on the November 13 meeting. One was a resolution for Mr. Acosta's sister, and the other one was his resolution, so that way you guys can recollect your mind. These were two resolutions that you guys voted. You guys went into closed session to discuss this one and to discuss the resolution for Mr. Acosta's sister. You guys came out.
If I may, with respect to the resolution involving,
It was together, you guys discussed it.
you're not asking about that one, because that was already
No.
voted on and dealt with.
I'm trying to remind the trustees what happened that day, because you went into closed session to discuss two resolutions. When you came out, you voted, the majority of the board voted no for both resolutions.
Right.
Now, I didn't understand why they have voted no for both resolutions, so I Oprah both resolutions, because remember, all these meetings are happening in closed doors. We, the public, have no access to it, and you guys are not keeping record of it, because I don't see a court reporter here at the meeting, keeping record
So
of the meeting.
minutes are taken.
It's not the same when you take a minute, when you take a court reporter.
I mean, it's been customary for minutes to be taken.
Okay. So we don't know what happened indoors, in executive session, so I'm asking now, why, when you guys came out, the board decided to vote no for someone that had qualifications? So if you're telling me, like, for example, Mr. Acosta's sister, there was a reason why you had to pursue her.
That's right.
Now, this person, no one ever gave a reason, you just came out and voted no. And there
Are
was
there,
no reason
are there
being-
are there any members that would like to address that question? Okay. Then I honestly, I don't know what else, if none of the members want to address that, I don't know what else to.
As a member of the public, as a taxpayer, I don't know the reasoning why this person wasn't hired. The reasoning is basically the members didn't like her, and we didn't vote for her.
As long as it's not an arbitrary or capricious decision, as long as they deliberated on the merits, they're allowed to vote as they see
Now,
fit.
can I get copies of the record, what the deliberation was, and
There are minutes that are.
I have Oprah the minutes, but they weren't ready to be Oprah then. So then there is no answer for any people. So I can say that this may be one of those things that the board is allowing politics to get into the system.
Well, I wouldn't make any, I wouldn't make any assumptions or speculate. I mean,
Well, I hear silence, you're the attorney, when you hear silence, sometimes silence can be
I
understood as
I would-
agreement with my statement.
I would disagree with that. I mean, the members, all right, are free to speak their mind on it or not to.
Yeah, but you remember, these are members of the board of trustees that has to answer to the people of Westshore, to the taxpayers. Every decision that they made, they had to answer to the taxpayers of Westshore. And this board, the last thing they do is answer. Everything is secret, everything is in executive session. I drew a very clear question. This is a person that was recommended, that he had the proper qualification. Why wasn't she hired?
I understand your question.
I think he has over 10 minutes standing here. Like timing.
Wow.
What?
It's been over 6 minutes, so.
thank you for not answering the question, allowing politics to continue to get involved in the Board of Education.
Marie Bonneville, sorry, 6106 Monitor Place. This question is for Mr. Acosta. Hi, Mr. Acosta. Let me refresh your memory. Sandra filed, she was terminated the day I was terminated. You don't recall Sandra?
I don't know where she worked, I don't know what did she do it.
She worked in the town clerk, and then she was moved to the courts.
Yes.
You know Sandra very well.
Maybe I remember her.
Was she in the
Now,
hit
you
list?
remember?
Maybe I remember.
She was on the hit list, and I was on the hit list, sir.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just reminding you, please don't lie to us. Please. Thank you.
I know there's been quite a bit of, or quite a number of people that have gotten up with concerns and in reference to the lady who did not get the position. I believe her name is Sandra File. Is that correct?
Yes.
I do not know Sandra, and I don't know how many other board members do, but it is public record, if you go and take a look, what the voting was for this particular candidate. And it's very uncomfortable for many people sitting here who are not involved in some of the other activities that go on, to have the board be generalized as a whole of not doing a certain thing or doing a certain thing or being in favor of a certain thing. It is my suggestion that you go to this and you'll see exactly how the members of this board have voted. It's public record, and I think it should be noted because this has now been going on for several months of accusations.
Dr. President, I apologize, you didn't vote no for the, so my question to have been, all those people that voted no, why they voted no? I understand that you voted yes for it, but when I asked the question, you didn't answer the question, what happened inside? I wasn't there, so that was a moment for you to discuss of what happened inside and what type of discussion took inside on the, which you're allowed to, but I don't see why you wouldn't be allowed to if the issue is out there and she's no longer a candidate for the position. But she's not an employee of the board, so there shouldn't be a reason for you not to be able to talk what it was discussed on closed session and why she wasn't hired. I mean, you
So
don't have-
obviously there was no discussion.
So you can say that, that's what I wanted to know. There was no discussion, so they came out and they basically decided to vote no for it. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yes.
So what I tried to say is that we continue to bring politics into the board. I'm not saying, I have a lot of respect for you, and I think you're doing the right thing. So please, it's not directed to you, but it's directed to those board members that continue to allow politics to get into the Board of Education.